went out back onto the Trans-Canada Highway, and I went to engage the autopilot and was met with this. And we hit a tractor trailer tire. Well, we just landed in Medicine Hat, Alberta. We did not have to stop to charge, but we just pulled in here to the supercharger because we needed coffee and we knew there was a Starbucks here. It was a drink that was suggested to me by one of the baristas in Vernon, British Columbia, which is the nitro cold brew coffee with the sweet cream and then a spin of whipped cream on top. Oh my gosh, you have to try it. So good. Tim. Oh yeah, he got his special signature crazy customized misto, which if you watch the second episode when we were in Thunder Bay, you gave the recipe for. So make sure you go back and watch that video. We'll tag it up in the top here. And we're back here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Just noticed, I don't know what we drove through, but man, we just annihilated the front of the car with bugs here. And I'm gonna have to clean off the glass because I can't even video through the front windscreen. It's just, the camera is only focusing on all the dead bug guts. We're making pretty good time here, beautiful weather. Actually, this whole trip has been incredible weather, so I'm super thankful for that. So we'll check in with you at the next stop. Passing through Saskatchewan here, and this is not snow. This is actually salt. There's just mountains of salt. Not exactly sure where it comes from, but it definitely looks cool. All right, guys, so just a quick update. We're cruising here in the car just outside of Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Rolled into the supercharger there, got charged up, no problem. We're headed towards Regina. We stopped into the Starbucks there and grabbed a coffee. Then we went out back onto the Trans-Canada Highway, and I went to engage the autopilot and was met with this. So just multiple error codes. I don't know exactly what happened other than that the front of the car is plastered with bugs. So I did try and clean off where the sensors are. Not sure what's going on there. I do have Tesla technical assistants on hold, so they're looking into the vehicle logs just to see the data logs, just to see if there's any errors stored, because the car is not giving me any stored errors in its memory bank here. So I've got Tesla technical assistants on the line, so we're just waiting for them to come back on. And that's just me changing lanes. So it's interesting because it says here, you know, lane departure detected. So the cameras are working because it wanted to try and turn me back in the lane. So that the actual mechanics of it all are working. So for some reason, just the autopilot software decided to kick out. Right now, the car's driving fine, just in manual mode, and it would be nice for the remaining several thousand kilometers home to have autopilot. So we'll keep you guys in the loop. Great, so we're here in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. We stopped in at Devo's Car Wash. We're gonna pull in here and we're gonna scrub the front of the vehicle, and hopefully that will fix our autopilot problem, because that's one of the only things I can think of that we can do right now other than make this thing go to sleep. But we're just gonna give her a wash down because the bugs are just brutal. Okay, and we're back. So we pulled off in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan because I'm like, I gotta have this autopilot, and the only thing I can think of is that maybe the car's too dirty. Now the car's clean. I went over it with a chamois, cleaned all the sensors. I cleaned every single camera, every single sensor front to back. We soaped it down, did everything we can. So here we go. We're gonna do the moment of truth. You ready? Here we go. We're cruising at 110. Let's go autopilot. Ah! Hey! Okay, so here's the big message, okay? The car won't even tell you that there's a problem. It just will stop working. Bugs, 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 bugs. Keep your car clean and you won't have a problem. We're back in autopilot. Thank goodness, because we have thousands of kilometers to cover before we get home. Oh my gosh. We've done every type of reset, soft reset, hard to reset, and the last straw was pull the car in, shut it down into a deep sleep, give it a full deep clean, and we got our autopilot back. So I'm super happy. Well, we finally arrived here in Regina, Saskatchewan. Beautiful version 3 cabinets behind me here. What's cool is you can back into them from either side, so that's super convenient. There wasn't anybody here, so we just rolled in. We're getting a quick charge. Timer says about 11 minutes and we're out of here, so it's just a quick thing here. We've got a couple of flow cabinets behind me as well, CCS, Chatamo, and there's a J1772 level 2 charger there. We're in a Canadian Tire Plaza, and there's a little bit of shopping, and if you don't mind doing a little bit of a walk, there's some places to eat. Washrooms inside Canadian Tire. So we're gonna hop back on the road and make a beeline for Winnipeg, Manitoba tonight, and we'll check in with you at the next stop. Hey guys, we're just here in Regina, and I met another Josh who's driving this epic 1993 Ram 3500 Cummins extended cab 8-foot box with the flares dually. What an epic truck. How many K are on it?
She just rolled over 400.
Just over 400. He worked on his neighbor for 2 years to get it, and it's a stick shift, so super, super rare. Anyways, big shout out. It was really cool to meet another Josh here. Great to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
Awesome, awesome. So make sure you follow along on the channel, right?
Absolutely.
Well, it's golden hour here in beautiful Whitewood, Saskatchewan. We're back here at the version 3 Superchargers, and we're the only ones here. We are making really good time, actually. We're gonna pull a pretty deep charge here because we're gonna push right into Manitoba as far as we can get. Sun's going down, and the temperature's still good, actually. Car's running great. Everything is online, and we're happy to have Autopilot. Big deep charge here. We're gonna go for a walk. Bathroom, maybe get a little bite to eat, and then hit the road and head towards Winnipeg. So here we are just across the street from the Tesla Superchargers, which are over there. We're over by this Petro-Canada with a 24-hour restaurant. 250 kilowatt superchargers over here, 200 on the CCS, 100 on the Chatamo. Tesla for the win? I think so. Well, here we are at the famous Red Barn restaurant in Moosomin, Saskatchewan. This place came very highly recommended to us by a bunch of locals and some people we met on the road. So we're gonna go inside and get a bite to eat. Red Barn Frosty Shakes. How is it? Yeah. And we're back in Brandon, Manitoba. We've got the V3 Superchargers behind me. We've got one pull-in spot. Time now is about 11:45. So we're going against the time zones, losing an hour. We've done that a couple of times, so we got one more time zone to go before we get back to Eastern Standard Time that we're used to in Southern Ontario. But the drive is going well, although the GPS did just take us off on what's supposed to be a shortcut, and it took us down this back country road, and I think we saw probably 7 deer. Other than that, yeah, everything's been fine, but we are keeping an eye out for wildlife, making our way towards Winnipeg. Well, good morning, everybody. We are here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, down at the beautiful Forks Market. We're gonna grab some breakfast here at the famous Pancake House. They've got some cool flow level 2 chargers behind me. Really, really cool spot. I feel like I'm in like kind of Toronto's Distillery District. It has that same vibe. They've got some cool old rail cars. After breakfast, we're just gonna head down through this beautiful park here, down to the forks of the 2 rivers that are here. And just kind of explore around here in downtown Winnipeg. Beautiful city, really enjoying it. So this is the famous Forks here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. On the right is the Assiniboine, and on the left here is the Red. We're here from Toronto! We love Manitoba! Red River, Manitoba. We're filming TikToks. Stopped in for a quick charge at this Flow fast charger at the Canadian Tire. Reason why we stopped in here is because the supercharger is on the other side of the town, and with traffic and everything, it was going to be like 25 minutes to get over there. And this is much closer to our friend's place that we stayed at. So we had a great time visiting with them. Christian, Julie, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We're grabbing a quick charge here, and then we are headed back towards Ontario. Hey Tim, what do you think of the Grinch? Yeah, Grinch! So here's BDI ice cream, famous ice cream place here in Winnipeg. And here's the Red River, this cool, really cool bridge over top of it. And the locals say when you get your ice cream, you have to go for a walk and eat it walking across this bridge. So that's exactly what we did. Yummy. Well, here we are in Prada, Manitoba. We've got looks like a electric Chevy Equinox blocking one of the superchargers. But we've got version 3 superchargers here. A little bit of icing going on here. We've got, it's kind of cool. They got the provincial flag here, Canadian flag, and the Star Spangled Banner. We're at a Shell gas station with kind of a camp store and convenience. And we're on our way out of Manitoba heading into Ontario. So we're gonna grab a quick charge here, some washrooms, maybe a coffee. It's kind of a badge of honor to roll into Kenora with Lake of the Woods Brewing already on the car. And here we are back at the brewery. We had to stop in. Well, we landed back here in Dryden, Ontario, and we've got the pull-in spot once again at the version 3 superchargers at the Co-op gas station here. Really cool old custom Ford truck here. I love the color on this. It's kind of like an avocado lime color, which is neat. This is should be our last charging stop before Thunder Bay. We're just gonna do a real deep charge here, and then we'll spend the night in Thunder Bay and then get back on the road and then make it home. Just do a big punch through the next day from Thunder Bay back to Orangeville. So we'll see how that goes, but for now this should be our last charging stop of today. All right, so here we are at Dryden, and we set up the front table in the trunk. So great design. You can just change up the bottom structure here, the bottom connector I should say, add in the carabiner, and it allows the front table to mount to the trunk. So we're in a pull-in spot. We're gonna make up some ramen here. We got a little fresh tuna to go for it, and we're boiling up our water. So here's our 2 bowls of soup made up, all ready to go. The jet boil coming in clutch. All right, so we made it back to Thunder Bay safely. It was a sketchy ride at best. We were on the lookout for moose and deer, but thankfully we made it through unscathed. We made it back to our government building here in Thunder Bay. We've got our charge point free charger plugged in. We're just gonna get bedded down for the night because we got an early morning to make the non-stop trip. Well, we stopped to charge, but non-stop trip back to Toronto, Orangeville, and we can't wait to get home, but we're gonna get a few hours sleep here, get charged up, and then hit the road. It's hard to believe we were here literally 2 weeks ago, almost to the day, on the beginning of our trip. This was our first charging stop, and now this is the last overnight stop that we'll have on this epic road trip. So thanks for following along. Stay tuned tomorrow when we get home. look, Tim. Hey everybody, we are here in beautiful Northern Ontario at the Aguasabon River Gorge. Hey Tim. Hey. What's behind you? We got a giant waterfall and we're here with some friends from the US. Who we got here?
Earl and Diane Weber from Prona, Missouri.
And we got Tim from
Orangeville, Ontario.
Woohoo! And who are these guys?
We got Joseph from Mississauga, Toronto.
And we got Logan from Hamilton.
Awesome, and you guys are into the music biz, so give yourselves a shout out. Where can we find you guys?
You can find me, Bo Bass Blaster, on Spotify, Instagram, anywhere you search it up.
Amazing, good stuff. Here we are back at Terrace Bay. We've got the V3 supercharger plugged in here, grabbing some juice, and we drove from Thunder Bay to Terrace Bay with the bikes on the roof. Just wanted to see what the difference would be in range, and turns out it's pretty decent. I would say 12%, roughly 12% range loss, maybe, roughly, give or take. Mind you, it was pouring rain, so the rain probably affected things as well. We did go through a couple of construction sites, but anyways, very happy because we're back in Ontario and I discovered there is Robin's Coffee here, actually just outside of Terrace Bay. So if you're going towards Thunder Bay, if you're heading west, you'll have to go through Terrace Bay and stop at it. It's at an XRP gas station and they've got donuts and I love their coffee. The last time I had it was in Newfoundland, actually, in Gander Bay and at the airport there. And anyways, I really like it. It's a good Canadian chain that's not, not like Timmy's, who's been bought by another big conglomerate. So it's a nice change, very easy drinking coffee, and their apple fritters are incredible. Actually, all their donuts are really yummy. We're here for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So we're doing a pretty decent pull, and then onwards and forwards. The goal is to get to Sault Ste. Marie by mid-afternoon. I want to drop in on some family that live there. That's where some of my family is originally from, going back several generations. So excited to be back in the Sault and visit, and then from there we're gonna push homeward. Went for a walk over to the gas station and discovered this beautiful 6-wheel drive Land Rover Defender, fully modded out, imported from Britain, and it's being piloted by, let's check out their Instagram here, Nikki and Tony Johnson. They are going across Canada from the UK. This thing is spectacular. Look at the winches on it. It's got the BFG tires, all 6 around. We've got the tent up top. They've got a solar array, batteries, ladders, the whole deal, toolboxes. Looks like multiple fuel tanks even. This thing is spectacular, but you guys can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. They're here in Join, Canada. All right, so here's a fellow that's got coast-to-coast markings on this camper. We got Newfoundland up on the ladder, and then British Columbia on the plates. So there you go, across Canada. See the water tanks they got on the back of the truck?
Yeah.
We should pull up. Sure. Oh, big gulps. Hey guys.
Yeah. Well, see you later.
Hey guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
Holler at them? Yeah.
Big gulps, hey guys! Well, see you later!
Well, we are back in the town of giant goose statues. We've got the Canada goose down here, another kind of goose down here. There's another giant goose when you come in past the airport. This is Wawa, Ontario, and we're at the Supercharger at the convenience store and gas station. It's going to be a quick charge here. We're just going across the road to Tim Hortons here. We're going to grab maybe a sandwich or something, bathroom break, and hit the road. So we will check in with you next in Sault Ste. Marie. Well, here we are in beautiful Old Woman Bay, Lake Superior here in Northern Ontario. I'm out on a really cool sandbar right here. Man, this is just gorgeous. We were driving by, we're like, we gotta stop here. This is just spectacular. Beautiful fog rolling in over the hills, this mist, you can feel it in the air. And the sand is actually really warm. The sand is so warm, but the water is super cold. So beautiful here. Just had a conversation with these really nice folks here. They told me that they actually own a little bit of Tesla stock, and we got chatting about it, about Elon, and he really wanted to know about the car and the Tesla and how it's holding up. So we chatted for probably a good 20 minutes and really opened his eyes as to what's going on and the incredible shift that's happening with electrification, autonomy, all of the new technologies that are being developed and perfected by Tesla. And needless to say, he's hanging on to his Tesla stock. I said, don't you sell it for at least 10 years. And then you'll remember this conversation on this beautiful sandbar here. So anyways, Tesla to the moon. We're in Sault Ste. Marie. How you feeling?
Yeah.
Back at the Water Tower Inn Supercharger in Sault Ste. Marie. Version 3 superchargers and lots of shopping, lots to eat. We made it safely here. It's about 6:15. And I'm just gonna do a quick charge here, then I'm gonna go down the road and visit my great aunt and uncle and say hello to them. And then we're gonna get back on the road real quick and haul butt back towards Toronto to Orangeville. Can't wait to get back on the road. Well, we stopped in here in Sudbury and checked out the big nickel, and we brought the high nickel powered Plaid. Hey Tim, we're back home, buddy.
Yeah.
And what time is it? It is 5:06. How you feeling?
Really good. Like what an incredible trip, and learning and meeting with people, and yeah, just yeah, really awesome. The Tesla's boss, and yeah, but I'm also tired.
And we need sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Get some sleep.
Yeah. Thanks, brother.
We'll see you later.
Okay.
All right, so I just dropped Tim off back at his house. We are home. Well, I'm not home yet. I'm heading home, but man, what an absolutely incredible trip. We did well over 6,000 miles, over 10,000 kilometers. Drove all the way to the Pacific coast and back down into the Greater Toronto area. Yeah, just so thankful for so many things. Just an incredible time, incredible weather. You know, no tickets, no accidents, no crazy stuff. It was an absolute adventure of a lifetime, and I'm super glad you guys got to follow along with us. If you haven't followed the adventure from the beginning, there's an entire playlist I've set up so you can see every episode from when we got up at 4:30 in the morning and left to head to Tofino to when we return, and it is almost 5:30 in the morning when we're getting back. So an incredible journey. Stay tuned. We've got even more incredible content coming your way. It's the next morning. Got home at about 5:30 a.m. I was completely exhausted, so didn't do any filming even at the last supercharger stop up there in Parry Sound, but yeah, it was quite the evening. We had a bit of a mishap on the highway coming back from, where were we? Coming down the Highway 400 anyways, the Freeway 400 here. And we hit a tractor trailer tire, came out of nowhere in the darkness. It was the outer tread, not the sidewall, but basically the outer tread cut off the vehicle. I swerved at the last minute and ended up clipping it with the passenger side of the Plaid. Check out the damage here. You can see it's not looking too good. We've got some shards of stuff hanging down the bottom. Some impact here on the lower bumper. Back here on the rocker panel, we have some impact here as well. Now, we had hit an animal earlier on in the trip that tore off this wheel spat that goes under here, so that was missing already. And we had actually ripped off the mud flap on this side as well. So the passenger side of this vehicle has taken an absolute beating. Thankfully, none of the metal bodywork has been damaged. We did have some, the clip here has been broken. You can see that this is kind of pulled off here. So this might have to be replaced, or perhaps they can take it off and repair it. But either way, you know what? For the amount of mileage that we put on and the size of this trip, we're super thankful that we didn't have any serious collisions. There wasn't any major accidents, and yeah, it's got a little body rash on it, but it's all plastic components that can be either repaired or, you know, repainted, replaced, that sort of thing. So overall, I am so thrilled. We made it home here. What an incredible trip. And yeah, we'll get it fixed up. We'll get her back on the road and get out for the next adventure.